Hi and welcome back to Shannas wire wrap jewelry tutorials. I'm going to show you how to make these really cute bow adjustable rings. And these can be used as knuckle rings, which are super popular right now. I sell a lot of them in my Etsy shop. Go check those out. I have a lot of different styles, but you can make them any size, obviously. The knuckle ring size and toe ring size I make as a size 3.5, and then it's adjustable on the back. So if it's pulled all the way out, it's about a size 5. If it's pushed in about this much, it's about a size 2.5. So it really works good for a variety of sizes. Usually for a knuckle ring, you don't need much bigger than a 4, but everybody has different finger sizes. So we'll make an adjustable ring that will accommodate a lot of different uses. But we're going to use 18 gauge wire, and we have these really fun metallic colors. And so find something fun, or obviously you can just use silver or gold as well. But I'm going to make a really cute pink bow ring today. We're going to need the 18 gauge wire and then the standard jewelry making tools. You need a ruler and some kind of ring mandrel, something to wrap that ring around, and a rubber mallet. Those tools will make the job much easier. You can get away with just kind of shaping it with your fingers. It might not be as round, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and if you don't have all the tools, we improvise. So what I want you to do is get about 2 inches of your wire. So if you measure 2 inches out, that's where we're going to start making our bow. So if you've watched some of my other videos, you know I don't want you to wrap the wire using the tool, which means I don't want you to turn like this using the tool. When you do that, you make a lot of marks in the wire, and this plated wire, that finish can scratch off if you're using those metal tools. So I want you to carefully hold the wire with your tool. We want this bow to be relatively small, so hold it at the thinner end of your tool, and then wrap your wire around the tool. Your tool really just stays in one place, and then you're wrapping the wire around it. So let's see here. To make the other side of our bow, we're going to hold on to the wire with the tool and then wrap the wire around the tool. That looks pretty good. If your wires are overlapping weird and you didn't make those uniform sizes, make sure both sides of your bow are uniform before moving on. But you simply just want to hold on to the bow with these. If you're right-handed, hold on with your left hand onto the bow real firm as you take this wire towards the back of the bow and work it back toward the front. Pretty easy, right? Sometimes you're going to end up with a little bit of bulky wire there. We can kind of use our rubber mallet and get that down a bit. You want to avoid using your tools to press that down because the metal on there can scrape the finish off of your plated wire. If you're using a solid sterling silver or brass or something, you don't have to worry about that. But if plated wire, you have to be a little bit more gentle with. And then look at this, how it's kind of uneven. I'm going to just get my needle nose pliers in the top of that bow and pull it back. This is a softer way to reshape that bow. If I were to use the chain nose pliers on that to try to turn it, it could scrape the finish off. So you just want to be really careful. Once your bow is made though and you're wearing it, it's not going to scrape that finish off as easily, but your tools, metal on metal, just have to be careful. Okay, so hold the bow with your chain nose pliers where you want the bottom of that bow to be, and then just pull the wire back. You're not bending the wire with the tool, you're just holding the wire with the tool. Hold it where you want the bottom of that bow to be and bend the wire back. So for the cutting part, we want this ring to be an adjustable size 3.5. That works really well for toe rings and knuckle rings. If you work on the 1-inch side of your ruler, I want you to place that bow on one of the numbers. It doesn't really matter which one, you just need 1 1/4 inch on each side. So hold that bow on one of the numbers, and then we're going to cut it at 1 1/4 inch. Flush cut either side. So we're going to do the same thing to this other side. Hold it. Well, now it's giving me trouble. Hold it on the inch, and then flush cut it at 1 1/4 inch on the other side. I measure every single time so that I have a perfect fit. And now we just want to secure these ends by putting little loops. So if you'll see the backs of my ring here, we have little loops. Take the very smallest end of your needle nose pliers and make a loop, but don't finish it, and I'll show you what to do. Then flip it over, and then you're going to make the loop the opposite direction. Maybe about 3/4 of the way. And then we want those to be very, very small, and sometimes we can't make them really small with just the tip of our tool. So if we press it down carefully with our chain nose pliers, whoops, there we go. Try to get this other one on the camera a little better. See that? It's much smaller than it could have been if we'd simply used the tip of our tool. Look how cute that is. It's a perfect little bow, and now all you need to do is wrap it around your mandrel. So if I'm trying to wrap it at a size 3.5, I really start with a much smaller size because the wire has a spring to it. Wrap it around your tool. Just making sure those little loops go in the opposite direction on the back. And then your bow, see how it's doing right there? You just want to make sure it's laying down. And sometimes you have to bend that bow back a little bit so it has a better shape to it. But look, we have a size 3.5 adjustable. So that's what it looks like as a 3.5. And if you want it to be, looks like this is going to go up to about a size 6. It depends on how big you wrap those little loops. Anyway, look how cute. Your daughters will love you. Make them for some birthday parties. Let them share them as friendship rings and wear them as toe rings. Hey, summer's coming up. Get those flip-flops out and enjoy the weather. I hope you have fun making these. Please subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified of future videos. And I hope that you will learn with me.